Success. Off to get button number 2 now over here. Somewhere. Oh no! Fail. Total fail. This is one of those games where it's like, clearly there's no possible expectation that you're able to finish the game completely on the, like, on a single playthrough without dying. Like, there's some games where, like, you might have a reasonable expectation of just starting it from scratch and not dying, or at least, like, not dying excessively, and then this game is just like, no. You try, and you trial and error, and then eventually you get it right. Success! Alright. So, now we can get in there and see where this one's gonna take us. And now we're behind that fence that we saw before, and can move on to the next area, which is where things start getting super trippy. Super-de-duper trippy. Head crabs. Fuck all y'all fucking head crabs.
Power level is 100%.
Alright, so do not need the rockets, not in close quarters like this, thank you. Done quite enough blowing myself up. Hello, signs of life, humanity. Hello, friends. I am here. I am alive. Gordon Freeman is here to save the day. Or something. Hello.
Freeman, you finally found us.
Damn right.
This is the guy. We thought you'd never make it.
This is the supply depot for our first survey team. Quite a few handsome specimens were collected from the border world and brought back this way. Before the survey members started being collected themselves, that is. We suspect there is an immense portal over there, created by the intense concentration of a single powerful being. You will know it when you see it. I hate to say this, Gordon, but you must kill it if you can.
Yeah, you'd better kill it.
Of
Great.
course, you owe us nothing, Mr. Freeman, but you've come this far. You know as much about these creatures as anyone.
Enough to know that if you don't wipe it out, there won't be much for you to come home to.
Yes. So, if you're willing, my colleague is waiting for you at the main portal controls. He will open the gates for you, Mr. Freeman. Do hurry.
Don't forget to gear up, and I'll cover you while you're waiting for that portal to warm up.
Alrighty. So, life just got really interesting really fast. So we know for a fact
Mr.
now...
Freeman, is a long jump module created expressly for navigation in the world beyond. I certainly hope you received long jump training, because once you're in Zen, you will need it. I would advise you to practice before crossing over.
So we know for a fact that they were sending teams to Zen before any of the accident that I caused. And, so they totally knew about the aliens before I even got here. Also, holy shit, look, you guys, it's like a laser flamethrower. It's the best. But yeah, so, and, of course, because it's always me fixing things, I have to do all the things. I get to go to Zen, while everyone else cowers in fear behind me. Gordon presumably is now so high on morphine that he has no, like, words to articulate any objection to this, because by all rights he should be like, fuck no I'm not! fuck that noise. At least a little bit, you'd think. But we don't get to complain around here. We just do as we're told and shoot Marines and aliens and Marine aliens, and it's good times. There was another door over here that I wanted to investigate, but it doesn't actually lead anywhere. It just takes us back to the same goddamn starting position again. So... There's no getting around it, Gordon. We gotta go. We gotta go. We're going to Zen. It's gonna be exciting. But first, we get this thingy, which is the long jump module, which some of you may remember from our glorious training tutorial way back at the beginning, which I did not remember in the slightest how to use. So, do a little exploration here, trying to figure out how the hell you were supposed to use this thing, which, surprisingly little, or, well, nothing said about it in the actual options here. I had to go look it up elsewhere. But I managed to get it figured out in a moment, shortly, theoretically. And then we'll be off into the wild alien yonder, which is exactly as friendly and welcoming as you would expect based on everything that we've seen thus far. The actual controls, which I've now figured out here, are you have to crouch while walking and then release, and jump and then release, and it springs you up in a long arc. So, very useful, very important. Turns out to be critical in the next bit. So, like, if you didn't remember how to do it, if you didn't remember how to do it, you would be pretty boned at this point. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Maybe decon or something? And I'm all tanked up, 100 and 100, which is probably the first time that's happened in a long time. Alright, so here we go. Point of no return.
I'm up here.
Hello.
Practice your long jump if you must, but hurry up.
Yep, I'm all set, man. Go ahead and light her up. Let's do this shit. Sort of reminds me of that place where that guy had his special hiding spot on top of the some reactor or something.
All right, I can open the portal now. The process is complicated, and once it's begun, I must not be interrupted, or I will have to start all over again. Don't enter the beam until I give the okay. Understood? I will begin.
Alrighty. This can't possibly go badly. I see no possible way in which this could backfire on us in the slightest. Totally. 100%.
Oh dear!
Oh dear indeed. Oh no, there's bad guys and they're shooting fireballs. And honestly, I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do, but I ended up deciding that it wasn't worth trying to fight them and just like started running around like a crazy person because I wanted to conserve as much ammo as possible for getting to Zen. So we'll just run around here crazily, waiting for,
We're almost there, Freeman. Get yourself in position.
I'm sort of in position. I can't really stand still in one place very long, because otherwise I'll get deep fried to a crash with a punch. Having some nice PTSD flashbacks to the original Breach, so that's fun.
It's
Oh,
ready.
no.
You must.
I lost my beautiful 100% armor. Oh god. So this is Zen. If I were in Gordon's place, I would probably be curled up in the fetal position right about now, but Gordon is a stone-cold badass and/or so high that he can't think, so either way, we are not going to curl up in the fetal position or run screaming, but in fact, we are going to go investigate the creatures of this world by smashing ourselves into the pavement. Okay, now we're going to do it correctly. Long jump. Zen doesn't mess around as far as falling deaths. Like, you go bouncing around and, like, it's just bad. That lovely crunching noise. You can do it. You had the right idea. Just a little bit farther. There we go. Success. Yeah, so basically everything about this sucks. It's like a jumping puzzle, but more so, because the gravity is funny and like everything is moving, and it's awful. And it's really hard to judge. It's really hard to judge distances, because, or at least it was for me, because like I hadn't fully gotten used to the long jump, or like like how much distance I would get with a long jump, so it was really hard to like judge. And also like I feel like vertical distances feel shorter than they actually are. Bonk. Great. So this took a while. I kept like thinking I was about to long jump and then just like throwing myself headlong in a swan dive at the concrete or rock or whatever this is. We're actually aiming for that top one up there, which is like nowhere within my vicinity these times that I'm jumping, which go me, but not quite. Closer, but not quite. Need to wait for it to finish circling around. Again, this is another one of those puzzles where like you need to be willing to wait for it, and I am way not patient enough to wait for it, so. So close, but not quite. So close. Close but no cigar, as they say. Wait for it to come around. And not quite. I think I fucked up the long jump that time. So annoying. Everything about Zen is really frustrating. Whoop! That was just bad. That was just me fucking up. That one I can't blame on Zen. But there's a lot of things that I can blame on Zen, and which I will be happy to blame on Zen as we go forward. Not the least of which is the... Whoops. Complete level of fuck up in terms of jumping that it seems to invite in so many lovely fashions. Yeah, I don't know, I was just having a hell of a time judging like how far the jump was going to take me. I think you can actually arrest the jump in midair with the back button, which sort of works, but not a lot, so it's just, all of this is just very frustrating. And half the time I just walk right off the edge anyway. This is great fun. I recommend it to everyone. Fun for the whole family. And, also I hate everything. Whoops! See, there we go. I was trying to, like, arrest the jump in mid-flight, but I misjudged it. Poor Gordon. His legs broken into tiny, tiny splinters. Ah! At this point I was just like, fuck it, I don't accept. I see, it looks like it shouldn't hurt that much jumping from these. There we go. Great success. Quick save. Huzzah. But then when you actually try and make the leap, it actually turns out to hurt a hell of a lot. Not quite. There we go. I'm starting to get the hang of it a little bit. A little bit. Huzzah. So I guess the rocket pack is just supposed to be, or sorry, the long jump module is basically just a rocket pack. But, not entirely sure what's supposed to be going on back there behind me. So here we are. We finally made it to this level at least, and I'm going to celebrate by walking off the edge. I hate platformers. Like, and this game mostly isn't a platformer, but every once in a while it's like, hey, by the way, we're going to suddenly become a platformer for a while, even though you still can't see your feet. Whoops. Also, once you get on the slope here, it like just starts dropping you indefinitely, and you kind of can't stop. There's a lot to be frustrated about with this level. Luckily, it's not very long, but it's a pain. What we're aiming for is to get onto that thing, which is not as easy as it looks. And if it doesn't look easy, congratulations, you've been paying attention. I think, in retrospect, the better strategy is to, like, stand on those outcroppings and then, like, jump on it when it comes around, because it just circles around. We've got lots of hound eyes to take out here, and these purple lamp-looking things are actually, like, turrets, so you have to be careful about that. Run! Hide! No! Fuckers, you ruined my perfect I sort of feel bad for the hound eyes. Like, I feel bad for all of these guys, really, because most of them were just, like, living peacefully until I came in and started fucking up their party. And you can see we've got some bodies of the scientists who were sent here already. Way to go, Black Mesa. Nicely done, although they did leave a health pack, which is pretty great. And we will learn something exciting shortly regarding the local geological situation. This pool of water seems pretty unassuming, and indeed I didn't quite understand what was going on with it at first. I will shortly. So now I'm trying to figure out where the hell to go next. There's actually a hole in the wall back there that I was supposed to go through, which we'll get there. But first I'm going to stand around awkwardly. We are, however, going to prove that premise that I thought of before, that you're probably supposed to stand on this and then jump down. Makes it a lot easier to get on board this sucker. I think you can shoot these things. It sort of feels like you should be able to, but you can't. And yeah, at this point I have no idea where to go. It looks like a hamburger, doesn't it? Like a rock hamburger. Hard rock hamburger. Be a good name for something. An album or something. So run around a little crazy again. And check it out! I now realize that this water actually will revitalize your health all the way up to 100, which is pretty neat. And also that there is a hole to go through around here somewhere. Yes. Here we go. Yes. Hit the thing, Gordon. Hit it. Sounds weirdly metallic for rock, but okay. This isn't creepy at all. Absolutely not. No creepiness whatsoever. Totally. So we have to... Basically this level is pretty short. It's just like a chapter to be like, hey, this is Zen. It's weird. But we will get a portal out of here really quickly to take us to another Zen level that is slightly more diluted. Dun dun dun. There we go. Lots of interesting portal technology going on here. All of it very encouraging for our emotional and physical well-being. Seriously, I don't know how Gordon isn't like freaking the fuck out. It's not really made clear how much of this weird technology Gordon was aware of prior to all hell breaking loose. part of me is tempted to suspect that he probably was aware of it just because he's not freaking out here, but on the other hand, I think somewhere it's implied that this was like his first day, so I don't know. Oh god! Okay, so this is where things start getting interesting. This is the Gonarch, otherwise known as the world's largest and angriest head crab, which also shoots poison. Which seems like a good confluence of circumstances to me. This is me panicking, but it's not actually a good strategy. Shortly we will be switching to a slightly better strategy, which is rockets. We want to target that thing under its body, the sack thingy, and we want to not do what I just did and stand in the acid, because that's a poor choice.